of difficult things. The sun smiles no more. The sky spent its day crying. No one asked what's wrong. They came late at night. Even the dogs didn't bark. Wondered if Dad cried. My last poem will not stop the war. I saw the day taking its rifle and put on the mask of horror. The night had already set traps everywhere. My city still in mourning weeps for the future victims. And once more, blood will be flow. Blood will flow. My city didn't wave as I went through the door. The sun strolled by the moon, neither one looked back. Cautious, my mother watched from afar as I passed checkpoints. My steps pounded in silence. My steps pounded in silence in her heart. The city stared, her eyes the beacon of my ship. A mild breeze caressed the leaves as I held the thought of the trees, and the ground quickly drowned each drop of my mother's tears. I did not take off my hat. Before dawn, the carnage started. My city fainted. Heavy machines sneaked in and seized the roads. The storms howled, and the houses, the beds, the windows, the tables shivered, and shrank. And dark came again. The air stopped breathing. I do not recall the evening when disguised storms besieged my city. The loudspeakers did not announce this sinister order. I do not remember which way went the stars to escape the mutiny, but I still awake at night with the cries of newborn, howl of mutilated dogs, and sobs of trampled virgins. Sobs of trampled virgins. I hate the dark. All that is dark. Dark night, dark corners, and dark thoughts. It is in the dark that I see it all again. When darkness takes over life's life, when shadows cover the sun's path, when all souls wear a veil. It was in the dark, dark forces struck and stained my life with darkness. Heaven must have known. Heaven must have known. There were no guardian angels that night, not even a single star in the sky. They all ran, perhaps, to some secret spot. Heaven must have known. Yes. Dark clouds draped the moon, the streets pitch dark. Darkness and silence took over. Limbo. They came to our house. The night was darker than all other night. I It makes me see it all again. That dark night that turned me into a coward. We were asleep. Mother and Dad slept early that night. Even the dogs didn't bark. They broke down our front door. I jumped off my bed to get under it flat on my chest. The night made me a coward. I hate that dark night. It was for my dad they came. They came with heavy guns and dark words. They did not like his articles in the paper. He spoke of a new country with a new way. He spoke of life. He spoke freely. They didn't like that. They didn't like that he spoke of justice and freedom through an open page. They didn't like that dark was not the tone of his voice. They came late in that dark night to silence his mind. They came, and the dark night made me a coward and took my parents. It was because Mother yelled. They shot her first. She fell lifeless on the ground. The house trembled with her fall, and I too under my bed was trembling. The dark was the sole witness. Dad did not cry after Mother fell. I was too scared to cry. I defecated. I wetted myself. It all happened so fast. So fast. What could have been on Dad's mind then? Even when they all hit him at once with the bottom of their guns, he was silent. And even when after he too fell on the ground and the dark brutes kicked and stepped on his body, he offered no words to their brutality. I heard them then dragging what was left of him out of the house. I was still too scared to cry. Heaven must have known. Heaven must have known. The neighbors too must have heard. But the dark night silenced them all. That dark night dried my tears and made me a coward. The brutes of the dark left our house as they had arrived in the dark night, and I was left behind with my life and too afraid to cry. I still can't cry. I hate the dark, all that is dark. That dark night made me what I am, a coward. When dark sets in, I see it all again. I hate the dark. All that is dark. Dark night. Dark thoughts. Dark corners. Whenever dark comes, I see it all again. I hate the dark. I hate the dark.